Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, where we dig into the weird, the wild, and the totally unexpected. Today we're talking about something you probably haven't thought about in years. Teletubbies. You know, those colorful, giggling characters with the funky antennas and baby talk vibes. Tinky Winky, Dipsy, Laa-Laa, and Po were a massive part of so many childhoods. But what if I told you there's a darker side to this cuddly crew? Yep, the internet is buzzing with Teletubbies conspiracy theories that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about this kid's show. From demonic sun babies to secret experiments, we're about to go deep. So, grab your tubby custard, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and let's explore the creepy underbelly of Teletubby Land. Okay, let's set the stage. Teletubbies first hit our screens back in 1997, brought to life by the BBC and Ragdoll Productions. Picture this: 4 colorful creatures living in a futuristic dome, dancing around a grassy hill, all under the watchful eye of a baby-faced sun. It was weird, it was whimsical, and kids absolutely loved it. The show aired in over 120 countries, raking in more than $1 billion in merchandise. Think plushies, lunchboxes, you name it. Parents saw it as harmless fun, but not everyone was convinced. Pretty soon, people started asking questions. Why do they live in that high-tech dome? What's with the creepy vacuum cleaner, Nunu? And why does the whole thing feel so surreal? So how did a preschool show turn into a conspiracy goldmine? Teletubbies was made for the toddler crowd, with simple words like AO and repetitive actions to help little ones learn. But adults watching with their kids, or maybe rewatching for nostalgia, started noticing things that didn't quite add up. The show's trippy visuals, the futuristic tech, and that eerie, isolated setting got people talking. By the early 2000s, internet forums, Reddit threads, and early YouTube creators were dissecting every frame, turning Teletubbies into a hotbed of speculation. One of the first big ideas? That Teletubbies was some kind of psychological experiment. Theorists pointed to the hypnotic repetition, the bright colors, and those tummy TVs as tools to program kids' minds. Program them for what exactly? That's where the theories get juicy, and we're about to unpack them one by one. Theory 1, the demonic sun baby. Let's kick things off with one of the spookiest theories. The sun baby. You know that chubby, giggling face in the sky, smiling down on the Teletubbies? Adorable, right? Well, not according to some fans. They claim that if you slow down the footage, the sun baby's face flickers into something demonic, like horns and evil grin, demonic. There are even videos online where people freeze frame the intro, swearing they see a sinister flash before the giggles kick in. Is this proof of subliminal messaging or just our imaginations running wild? The official word? The creators say it's nonsense. The sun baby, played by a real kid named Jess Smith, was just a fun, quirky touch to make the show feel magical. Experts chalk this up to pareidolia, where our brains see faces or patterns that aren't really there. But still, have you ever looked at that sun and felt a little uneasy? What do you think? Cute or creepy? Let me know in the comments. Theory 2, biogenetically engineered slaves. Now brace yourself. This one's a doozy. Some theorists believe the Teletubbies aren't just characters. They're bioengineered slaves trapped in a controlled experiment. Check this out. They live in a sealed dome, obey a mysterious voice from those loudspeakers, and get orders from the pinwheel, which beams stuff onto their tummy TVs. Nunu rolls around like some kind of enforcer, keeping them in line. It's like a sci-fi dystopia disguised as a kids' show. There's no backstory for the Teletubbies, which only fuels the fire. Are they lab creations? Is Teletubby Land a prison? Sure, it's a stretch, but the Tubbytronic Superdome does have a weird Orwellian vibe. Maybe it's just clever set design, or maybe it's a hint at something bigger. What's your take? Theory 3, hypnotizing kids. This theory hits a nerve for a lot of 90s parents. Back when Teletubbies was new, some groups freaked out, claiming it was hypnotizing kids. They pointed to the constant repetition, time for Teletubbies, over and over, and the bright, flashing colors as brainwashing tools. There were even protests and calls to ban the show, with parents worried their toddlers were being turned into little zombies. Was there anything to it? The creators say no, it's all about teaching through repetition, a legit technique for young learners. Audio experts have checked the episodes and found no hidden messages or weird frequencies. But the fear was real back then, tapping into bigger worries about TV's power over kids. So, harmless learning tool or sneaky mind control, you decide. Theory 4, the Harry Potter connection. Okay, let's lighten things up with a fun one. Some eagle-eyed fans have spotted a link between Teletubbies and Harry Potter. Check this out. Tinky Winky's triangle antenna, Dipsy's straight line, Poe's circle, they kinda match the Deathly Hallows symbol. And Lala's curly antenna, it's giving Harry's lightning scar vibes. Bonus fact, both Teletubbies and Harry Potter launched in 1997. Coincidence? Almost definitely, but it's a cool little theory that shows how fans love finding connections. This one's less conspiracy and more playful fan fiction, but it's a neat reminder of how Teletubbies fits into pop culture. Tinky Winky and Harry Potter teaming up? I'd watch that crossover. Theory 5, real-life giants. Last up, here's a weird fact that sparked its own mini-theory. On TV, the Teletubbies look tiny and cute, but in real life, their costumes are 10 feet tall. Yep, these guys are giants. Behind-the-scenes photos show actors dwarfed by Tinky Winky and crew, and it's honestly kind of unsettling. It's not a full-blown conspiracy, but it adds to the show's oddball charm. Imagine those big, fluffy creatures looming over you in real life. Suddenly, Nunu's job, cleaning up after them, makes a lot more sense. So are the Teletubbies secretly evil masterminds? Probably not. The show was dreamed up by Ann Wood and Andrew Davenport to entertain and educate preschoolers, using colors and repetition backed by child development science. The Sunbaby's just a quirky prop, and No News just a vacuum cleaner. But these theories didn't come out of thin air. They reflect our love of mystery and our unease about media, surveillance, and control. Maybe the real takeaway is how a simple kids' show can spark such wild ideas. What do you think? Innocent fun or something more sinister? Drop your favorite theory in the comments and tell me if you want more videos like this. If you enjoyed this deep dive, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe. I'd love to have you along for the next adventure.